2020 జేఈఈ మెయిన్ ఫలితాలలో ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ విద్యార్థుల ప్రభంజనం. ఆల్ ఇండియా అన్ని కేటగిరీస్లు 18, 35, 251, 253, 582, 606, 778, 780, 812, 821, 1031, 1049, 1303, 1575, 1654, 1753, 1754, 1978 ర్యాంకులే కాక మరెన్నో ఉత్తమ ఫలితాలు సాధించిన విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్. ఈ ఫలితాలు సాధించడానికి కారణమైన లెక్చరర్లు మరియు తల్లిదండ్రులకు మా కృతజ్ఞతలు. ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్.
So in the previous class what we discussed, yesterday's class, so frequency of the transverse wave, what is that value? 1 by 2L square root of T by mu, 1 by 2L square root of T by mu, that is string is vibrating with one loop. If the string vibrates with P loops, if the string vibrates with P loops, what we can write? F is equals to P by 2L into square root of T by mu. So what is P here? Number of loops. So one more point is very important, is point of plucking. Point of plucking. For example, if the string is fixed between two rigid supports, string is fixed between two rigid supports. So, for example, if you pluck the string at the middle point, what happens? How many waves we can observe? How many segments? So we can observe only one segment. For example, if the string is plucking at L by 4, how many segments we can observe? Point of plucking. If the string is plucked exactly at the length of half of the length, so if we pluck the string exactly at half of the length, then what we can observe? The string vibrates with one loop. If the string is plucking at 1/4 of the length, what we can observe? How many loops we can observe? 2 loops. So that is called point of plucking. So point of plucking. So this can be written as L by 2P, where P is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If P is equals to 1, then the point of plucking is what? What is that? L by 2. So how many number of loops we can observe? If this is L by 2P, what is this condition? Point of plucking. What is the meaning? For example, this is the string. If we pluck the string exactly at the midpoint, we can observe only one loop. If the string is plucking at 1/4 of the length, then we can observe 2 loops. So that is called point of plucking. Point of plucking is equals to, what is it? L by 2P. What is P? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If P is equals to 1, at what position we have to pluck the string? L by 2. So exactly at half of the length. So that means for the existence of one loop, we must pluck the string at middle, half of the length. For the existence of 2 loops, where we have to? So here P indicates what? Number of loops or number of segments. P indicates number of loops or number of segments. So that is important here. So this is called point of plucking. So the condition is simple formula L by 2P. What is P here? P indicates what? Number of loops. So if P equals to 1, that means for one loop, where we have to pluck? Exactly half of the length. At P is equals to 2 loops. P is equals to 3 loops. L by 6, We have to plug the string at L by 6 like that. So this is point of plucking condition. Next, in the same situation, if the string vibrates with P loops, what is the wavelength? The length of the string can be written as, L is equals to P lambda by 2. For each loop, what is a, see here, this is the situation, let us say string vibrates with P loops, like this. For each loop, what is the length? Lambda by 2. Because for each loop we are observing 2 nodes. The distance between 2 nodes is lambda by 2. So how many loops we have? P loops. So that's why length can be written as P lambda by 2. So from this, wavelength can be written as 2L by P. Wavelength can be written as 2L by P. So that is the wavelength of the string. That means if the number of loops are increasing, wavelength of the string must be decreases. For P is equals to 1, lambda can be written as 2L. P is equals to 2, lambda is equals to L. If P is equals to 3, lambda equals to 2L by 3. That means if the number of loops increasing, wavelength must be decreases. That is the condition. This is wavelength of the string. Next. So F is equals to 1 by 2L into square root of T by mu. Here F can be written as 1 by 2 into square root of T by mu L. Sorry, L square. L comes under the root, it becomes L square. So F is equals to 1 by 2 into square root of T by mu can be written as mass per unit length. Mu is nothing but the linear density here. Linear density can be written as mass per unit length. M by L into L square. Length gets cancelled. 1 by 2 into square root of T by ml. The frequency can be written as 1 by 2 into square root of T by ml. What is T here? What is T? Tension in the string. T is nothing but the tension in the string. So from this we can write F proportional to square root of T by ml. So in case of length, square root of L, but means due to the change in temperature, see here we have 3 physical quantities here, 4. Frequency, tension in the string, mass, length. Due to the change in temperature, which physical quantity changes here? Generally, first among these three, which one changes due to change in temperature? Tension change avutunda? Due to change in temperature, is there any change in the tension? No. Mass does not changes. Then which one changes? Length only changes. So for that purpose, due to change in length, frequency also changes. That is. So from this we can write F proportional to L power minus 1 by 2. F proportional to L power minus 1 by 2. So from this, delta F by F can be written as minus 1 by 2 into delta L by L. Delta F by F is equals to minus 1 by 2 into delta L, partial differentiating on both sides. So this is variation of the frequency due to change in temperature. Variation of frequency due to change in temperature. Variation of frequency due to change in temperature. So where it is temperature condition? Here we have delta F by F equals to minus 1 by 2 into delta L by L. Where is the temperature condition here? There is no temperature. Delta L by L can be written as, what we can write? So in case of thermal properties of matter, in expansion of solids, We know quotient of linear expansion formula. Quotient of linear expansion delta L by L delta T. Ratio of change in length to original length per unit rise in temperature. Change in length to original length per unit rise in temperature. So from this delta L by L can be written as alpha delta T. Delta L by L can be written as alpha delta T. So from this we can write delta F by F is equals to minus 1 by 2 into alpha delta T. What is alpha here? Quotient of linear expansion of the given material. And delta T is rise in temperature or fall in temperature. That means if the temperature decreases, frequency increases. If the temperature increases, frequency decreases. So that is the meaning. Variation of frequency with temperature. This is the concept. Next, come to the composite string. Composite string means composite string. Composite string means, let us say two strings of different materials. So let us say this having some more thickness, two strings having different materials are attached like this. So this having length L1 and this having length L2, and its quotient of linear expansion is mu1 and its quotient of linear expansion is mu2. Mu1 is the quotient of linear expansion of the first string and mu2 is the quotient of linear expansion of the second string. L1 and L2 are the lengths of the two strings. If these two strings are fixed between two rigid supports and this is the composite string, these two are connected like this, and these extreme ends of the two strings are connected between the rigid support. Then what happens? What is the common frequency here? Common frequency. So common frequency is nothing but F, that can be written as N1 F1 is equals to N2 F2. Simply we can write it as common frequency of the string, total common frequency, that can be written as N1 F1 that is equals to N2 F2. What is N1? N1 is nothing but number of loops in first string. Common frequency in the sense, due to the vibration, both the strings are not able to vibrating in the fundamental frequency. అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా ఇది ఫండమెంటల్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. మేబీ it is vibrating with two loops and it vibrates with one loop depending on the situation. If the thickness is more, so number of loops, so that means linear density is more, frequency is less. If the linear density is less, frequency is more depending on the situation. So common frequency of the string can be written as, common frequency of the composite string can be written as N1 F1 that is equals to N2 F2. So N1 is number of loops in the first string and F1 is fundamental frequency. F1 is the fundamental frequency of the string, of the first string here. And N2 can be written as number of loops in second string, number of loops in the second string, and F2 is the fundamental frequency of second string, fundamental frequency of second string. So that is the composite string. If the composite string is fixed between two rigid supports, if it is set into vibration, the fixed point may be node or antinode. Which one will form? Compulsory it must be the node. Depending on the situation, compulsory it must be the node. So this is composite string. Next, one more thing is loss of transverse vibration. laws of transverse vibrations. So what are the laws of transverse vibration is, first what is the frequency formula? 1 by 2 L into square root of T by mu. 1 by 2 L into square root of T by mu. So first condition, here we have three laws of transverse vibrations. In that first one is law of lengths. Law of lengths or first law, or it is also called as law of time, law of lengths. So in this situation, in this formula, if T comma mu r remains constant, that means if the tension and linear density are remains constant, then what are the remaining two variables? What are the remaining two variables? Frequency and length. So we can, if that tension in the string and linear density of the string remains constant, then we can write F proportional to 1 by L. So that means frequency of the string is inversely proportional to length. If length is more, frequency is less. If length is less, frequency is more. So from this, delta F by F can be written as minus delta L by L. What is the minus? Inversely proportional, that's why. Percentage changes. Delta F by F can into 100 is equals to minus delta L by L into 100, like that. So this is law of lengths, first one. So that means if the T and mu are remains constant, tension and linear density are remains constant, then frequency is inversely proportional to length. Next, second one is law of tensions. Law of tensions. So law of tensions means, so what are the remaining two? That means tension must be variable. What are the remaining two variables here? Length, linear density. If L comma mu remains constant, length and linear density remains constant, then what we can write? Frequency is directly proportional to root T. Frequency in the string is directly proportional to square root of the tension. If tension is more, frequency also more. Tension is less. So that is delta F by F is equals to half into delta T by T, partial differentiation. And that means fractional change in frequency. Fractional change in frequency is equals to half into fractional change in tension. Percentage means into 100, simply we can write it as is equals to half into delta T by T into 100, like that. So next, third one is, what is the third one? Law of linear densities. Third one is law of linear densities. So what are the linear density must be variable. Frequency also must. Frequency never remains constant. We are applying the laws to calculate the frequency only. So frequency must be changes and linear density also must be changes. What are the remaining two variables? Length and tension. If L comma T remains constant, if length and tension remains constant, then F inversely proportional to square root of mu. Frequency is inversely proportional to square root of linear density. So from this we can write delta F by F is equals to minus 1 by 2 delta mu by mu, or simply we can write F1 by F2 is equals to under root mu 2 by mu 1 also. So fractional change. Percentage means delta F by F into 100 is equals to minus 1 by 2 into delta mu by mu into 100. ఒక చిన్న కాంట్రడిక్షన్ అండి ఇక్కడ. So in the previous case, variation of frequency with the temperature, what we wrote? Delta F by F equals to minus 1 by 2 delta L by L. While the variation of the temperature, frequency also varies. How it varies means, here we wrote minus 1 by 2, but here wrote minus delta L by L. What is the difference? What is the difference? Main thing is, here the linear density remains constant, but in that situation mass remains constant. So that is the major difference here. Here in this situation, what are the constants we are considering? Tension and linear density. But in that situation, mass remains constant. Mass and tension remains constant. So remember that variation in that. So that is the major difference between these two. Here also, how can you vary tension frequency varies with means delta L by L can be written as alpha delta T. We can write here also alpha delta T. But what are the quantities remains constant? Tension and linear density. But in that situation, tension and mass. That is the difference. And these three laws can be verified with the help of sonometer experiment. What is that sonometer experiment? యాక్చువల్గా ప్రీవియస్గా మీకు ప్రాక్టికల్స్లో ఉండేది, కానీ తర్వాత తీసేశారు దాన్ని. ఇప్పుడైతే లేదు అసలు, ప్రాక్టికల్స్లో కూడా లేదు సోనోమీటర్. So sonometer experiment means, let us say it is the wooden board, generally that circuit diagram is wooden board, and the string is, let us say, connected like this, and it is passing over a smooth pulley. String is passing over a smooth pulley. Certain amount of weights must be added to the, certain amount of strings must be added to the, this one, other end of the string, certain weights. So based on this, if the string is plucked at certain positions, we can observe. Ante first case enti, what is the first case? F proportional to 1 by length. Length must be changing. Length must be changing. How the length changes here? How the length varies? So that means by introducing the bridges, so we can consider the length between these two bridges. Due to the variation of these bridges, length must be changes. Same wire we are using, we are not changing the wire. Here we are using one string, that is copper or iron, steel, whatever it is. String having certain small thickness. How this length varies in this situation means, so for example, length ila undanukondi, ikkada oka bridge pettanu, ikkada oka bridge pettanu. Then what is effective length? The distance between two bridges. If the bridges must be varies, if the bridges are separated, what happens? Length increases. If the bridges are come closer, length decreases. Due to that, the length varies here. First law is law of lengths only now. Frequency is not, weight does not changes. Weight does not changes, and linear density also does not changes. Then what is the quantity changes? Length changes. How the length changes? Due to the variation of the bridges. If the bridges are moves opposite each other, that means move away from each other, length increases. If the bridges are come closer, length decreases, like that. In different situations, we can calculate the ratio of frequencies like that. Next condition, tension varies. How the tension varies? If the bridges kept remains constant, we don't want to change the position of the bridges. Don't want to change the position of the bridges. And the tension must be changes here. What's the quantity changes? Tension. So that means first we can use 10 kg, next 20 kg, next 30 kg, or we can change the 5 kg each. First 5, 10, 15, 20 like that. Due to the variation of that weights, what is the quantity changes? Tension. F proportional to root T. F proportional to root T. So that means length changes, linear density also changes, like that. That is second law. Based on that we can verify second law. Third law, how can you verify third law? What is third law? F is inversely proportional to root mu. F is inversely proportional to. How the linear density changes? By changing the wire. If the wire is changed in different cases, then frequency is inversely proportional to square root of linear density. So that means if the material of the wire changes, linear density also changes. So that is the situation. This is the verification of class of transverse vibrations in the string by using sonometer experiment. It is sonometer experiment concept generally. Circuit diagram. This is the cardboard and a wire is connected. అంటే ఇలా ఉంటుంది, బోర్డు ఇలా ఉంటుందండి, ఇక్కడ ఒక ఓపెనింగ్ ఉంటుంది. So if the string is connected like this and it is passing over a smooth pulley. So here one bridge and here one bridge, two bridges are placed like that. That is the arrangement of sonometer. So example problem చూద్దాం. So same based, a wire has a length of 114 centimeters between the two fixed ends. Wire has a length of 114 centimeters between the fixed ends. Where should the two bridges be placed to divide the wire into three segments whose fundamental frequencies are in the ratio 1:3:4? Where should we place the bridges? That's we have to calculate. See here, ఇప్పుడు చెప్పాను sonometer. ఇలా ఉంది, ఇలా వైర్ కనెక్ట్ చేసాం, ఇలా దిస్ వన్. సో టోటల్ లెంత్ ఆఫ్ ద వైర్ ఈస్ గివెన్ యాస్ 114 centimeters. This total length is given as 114. Where should we place the bridges? Where should we place the bridges so that divide the wire into three segments whose fundamental frequencies are in the ratio 1:3:4? And where we should place the bridges? This one and this one. Where should be places? Ratio of fundamental frequency is given as 1:3:4. 1:3:4. So how can you do this? But according to law of lengths, what is the first law? F proportional to 1/L. F1 is to F2 is to F3 is equals to 1/L1 is to 1/L2 is to 1/L3. Or L1 is to L2 is to L3 can be written as 1/F1, 1/F2, 1/F3. So this can be written as అంటే 1/1 is to 1/3 is to 1/4, right? 1/1 is to 1/3 is to 1/4. So how can we get this? If we multiply with 12, 4 3 is 12 na. 12 is to 4 is to 3. Total how many parts? 12 plus 4, 16. 16 plus 3, 19. Total 19 parts. So total length of the string is 114. 114 divided into how many parts? 19 parts. So total 114 divides into 19 parts. So each part length is, what is the each part length? Is equals to 114 divided by 19. How much it is? 6. Then what is the length of the first part here? Length of first bridge must be placed at here. First bridge must be placed at, so first 12 is to 12 into 6, how much? 72 centimeters. From first end, first bridge must be placed at a distance of 72 centimeters. Next, second bridge. Second bridge, 72 plus 4 into 9. We are calculating the length from one end, not from one bridge to another bridge. This is very important. First one is 72, next one is 72 plus 36, how much? 72 plus 36, 108. Let's see. So that is the situation, right? Second bridge must be placed at a distance of 108 centimeters. Sorry, 4 6 are kada. 72 plus 24, how much? 96 centimeters. So next problem. A string fixed at both ends has a consecutive standing wave modes for which the distance between adjacent nodes are 18 centimeters. Distance between adjacent nodes are 18 and 16 centimeters respectively. A string is fixed at both ends, has a consecutive standing waves. The distance between adjacent nodes are 18 centimeters and 16 centimeters respectively. Okay, consecutive standing waves. So two standing waves are existing in the same string. What is the minimum possible length of the string? That's we have to calculate. Next, if the tension is 10 newtons and the linear mass density is 4 gram per meter, what is the fundamental frequency? That's we have to calculate. So first one, here two consecutive nodes, the distance between adjacent nodes is first given as distance between adjacent nodes is equals to how much? 18 centimeters generally. For example, if the string vibrates with n loops, so that means 18n can be written as length. For example, for each loop, distance between adjacent nodes is given. Distance between adjacent nodes means, what is that? Lambda by 2. So that means one loop. If n loops, n lambda by 2 now. So for n loops, 18n can be written as total length. Next case, the distance between adjacent nodes are 18 and next case 16 centimeters. Next case it is given as 16 centimeters. So 16 into, let us say, I am considering n plus 1. Next case, in the first case length decreases. That means number of loops also, but frequency remains constant. Is a composite string. In case of the composite string, frequency remains constant. N1 F1 is equals to N2 F2. First I am considering n loops, next I am considering only n plus 1. So based on this we can calculate length. See here, 18n is equals to L, 16n plus 16 is equals to L. So based on this, n is equals to L by 18 plus 16 is equals to L. 16L, L by 18 plus 16 is equals to L. 16 is equals to L minus 16 L by 18. How much? 2L by 18. So L is equals to how much? 16 into 9, 114 meters. Length of the string is equals to 114. 1690, okay, sorry, 144. 144 is the length of the string it is. Already linear density is mentioned. How much? 4 gram per meter. 4 gram per meter. Linear density is equals to 4 gram per meter. Gram converts into kgs. Kg per meter. Tension is given as 10. So f can be written as 1 by 2l into square root of t by mu. So fundamental frequency 1 by 2l into square root of 10 by mu is how much? 4 into 10 power minus 3, like that. Okay. Based on this we can calculate fundamental frequency. చాలా అంతవరకు.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి, జేఈఈ అయినా, నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.